What up, you? This is Kareem,
And this is Omar.
and we're gonna be talking about episode 2 of the FIFA World Cup.
We're gonna kick it off with USA against Australia. It ended 2-0. USA obviously won. I think this game overall was pretty good from USA. It was a comfortable victory. I think that they obviously took advantage of their chances. Obviously they're organized under this new manager, and yeah, they scored 2 goals.
Yeah, I liked how this US team tried to make sure everyone was involved in the team. Pochettino style is really nice because the fullbacks really get to cross in and get involved with the link up play a lot. I'm liking the midfield with Kenny, Tillman, and Adams. Yeah, Tyler Adams. So overall, I think USA did pretty well to get the 2 goals. And congratulations, because all the US fans made it to the next round, USA as a whole. So, yeah, that's our take for this game.
So moving on, we have Turkey against Paraguay.
All right, so this game was very dominant from Turkey because Paraguay got the red card in the later stage of the first half. For me, Turkey kept shooting a lot, but it just wasn't useful. Like, they wouldn't build up the play or try to create chances in the box to get a better chance towards goal. I think lots of those shots were from outside, no space needed or no person, and they would just shoot it just for the sake of it.
Yeah, to add on to what Kareem said, they weren't really using their chances wisely. They weren't as efficient as any team would, taking 32 shots on goal. I think they at least should have took advantage and made a couple goals at the back of the net. I don't see why taking 32 shots shouldn't result in a couple goals, because clearly, they had the possession, they had the opportunities, they had the chances, they just didn't take them. And I think that's where they were lacking in this game.
I think for me, Paraguay was trying to hold their ground defensively to make sure they get a result out of this game. I mean, they didn't let the opening game didn't go as planned, so they just want to get the 3 points. And Turkey officially got out of the group stage. Yeah.
It's a shocker for some people in that group. All right, so we're gonna move on to the two games that happened in Group C. We have Morocco against Scotland, which ended 1-0. So we had a very early goal from Morocco in the second minute of the game. And after that, they honestly gave up. Like, they didn't really care. They wanted to obviously keep on going, but it didn't look like they wanted to score. It was more so like trying to keep possession and trying to gain, the ball back, even when Scotland would take it from them. And Scotland, too, they were down 1-0 for the majority of the game. And they looked defensive, and they didn't really want to capitalize and try and go for a goal, which was really where it got stuck in a 1-0 game.
For me, Morocco were happy with the 1-0 lead, just as Omar said. They wanted the 3 points, obviously, because they don't want to be taking the risk of drawing. And I think for Scotland as well, I think they kind of were a little bit on the second half trying to make it hard on Morocco, be more compact so that they might, get chance or get the ball back to maybe get a draw. I think Scotland are happy because regardless, it doesn't look bad in their favor. Even it's gonna be like a 1 goal deficit on goal differential. I think for their situation, it's not bad. But yeah, I think Morocco next game is gonna be more attacking.
100%. To finish the Group C games, we have Brazil against Haiti, which ended 3-0. I honestly think after the first half, Brazil just wanted to keep the possession and want to keep it at 3-0, because there's no reason why they would obviously, keep Vinny on the pitch or keep like any of the people and perhaps risk injury. I think as a manager, that would be smart to bench them, especially after 3 goals.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a confidence booster for Brazil. They look at this like this was a nice, relaxing game to finally like build confidence against Scotland, because Scotland is definitely gonna be a little bit tougher than they think. So yeah, great 3 points for Brazil. Cape Verde, nice trying in the second half, but yeah, overall that's our take.
All right, we're gonna move on to yesterday's games, which we'll start off with Netherlands against Sweden. So this game ended 5-1. Very good result for Netherlands. I think that they played well. very close. Look at the stat in ball possession, 51-49. The graphs were all over the place in the momentum section. Netherlands had 2 goals coming into the second half. They were confident. They managed to get another 2 goals before Sweden got one, which I think Sweden, personally, they were trying to hang on as much as possible, trying to create chances as well, but not lacking defensively or risking, like, for example, a breakaway or some gaps for like a through ball, which is really what is important in this game to help them organized in defense as well.
For me, Netherlands were very well organized. Just like Omar said, having cohesion to the final third as well. I think likes of Gakpo and Somerville are not afraid to take those 1v1s. They're willing to create something out of nothing. And I think for the Netherlands, they are making themselves look like a threat. And they're trying to make themselves look like a big team, which they are a big team now, considering how threatening they can be towards goal. I mean, it's overall well-balanced team. So I think Netherlands might go far.
I agree. They are a top 10 team. They're placed 8th in the rankings. We'll move on to Germany against Ivory Coast. I will say this game is a goalie performance. I mean, what a game did the Ivory Coast goalie have? He made some incredible saves out there. And Ivory Coast managed to get the first goal of the game and end off the first half with 1-0. And then obviously Germany ended up retaking the lead and in the last minutes of the game took the victory, which was crucial for the points in this group.
Yeah, I mean, on the first half, Ivory Coast looked pretty well. They weren't doing bad. I mean, Cassie's goal was off just a nice throw in and then a pass. But in the second half, really, the midfield, I think Pavlov and Cha from Dortmund really stepped it up. Their play was really nice towards goal, creating passes towards goal. And yeah, Undav was very clinical. I think towards the end, I think it was a classic striker instinct to take a one touch and then just shoot it at the goal. Overall, Germany did well and did what they needed to do.
All right, for the last game we're going to talk about today, Ecuador against Curacao. This game ended 0-0. Pretty simple. The goalie had a great performance for Curacao. Their expectations coming into this game, Ecuador, were pretty high. A lot of people would think that Ecuador would actually take this win and 3 points home, but apparently that's not the case. Curacao had other plans, and so did their goalie. And at the end of the day, they had less ball possession, and it also seemed like they were playing very well, very good defense, which help them challenge on Ecuador.
Yeah, I think that's it for the video. So stay tuned for episode 3 and yeah, bye YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.